Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
So anyway, okay, man, any other teams or players you want to talk about, or do you want to move on to the in-season tournament?
Yeah, we can move on to the in-season tournament.
Okay, so what's your initial thoughts of it so far?
Like I said last time, I think it's pointless, but it's for it to be, new. It's cool, I guess, because we've never had this before. So as an NBA fan, it's kind of cool, I guess. But I was just telling Luke about this. If it could guarantee, if the winner of this tournament could guarantee you at least the play-in, I think it'd be way better than what it is now.
Yeah, I think more fans would be more interested in it.
Oh, absolutely.
Courts are awesome. Some of them are. Like, I like some of the
them.
courts. Yeah.
I don't like Boston's at all.
Okay. I like Detroit's. Detroit's look kind of cool. Did you see Detroit's?
Detroit's?
Oh, you should check it out. Yeah, it looks nice.
Oh, I'm gonna see it.
Yeah. I like Detroit's. Some of the jerseys are real nice. So like, but even the players are like, well, it feels different because the atmosphere is different. You kind of know there's something we're playing for, but it's kind of confusing. What they need to do, and I think you brought this out on the first podcast, is they just got to like get rid of All-Star Weekend and just make this a thing in February, and like just have it a 2 or 3 week event and just get people involved in it. I just think it's too spread out. Me and my brother-in-law went to the Lakers Heat game, and we didn't know whether or not it was in-season tournament or not, like, because we knew that they were playing those games. It wasn't, but I just think they got to make it more clear and make it more of an event. And I think more of us would buy into it. And like you said, some sort of reward. I'm on the thing, like, the reward should be whoever wins gets to pick their first round playoff opponent. I think that would be awesome for a lot of different teams for a lot of different reasons, right?
Right.
I think that would be a reward. So you still have to make the playoffs in order to utilize that reward. If you don't make the playoffs, you don't get the reward. That's just it. But you at least would get to pick your first round opponent. And so you still have to play the regular season tough, but I do think they need to change. But some of the stuff is kind of fun. But I just, like you said, there's got to be some sort of stakes to it other than money in a cup, like, because it means nothing. That's what it means.
It doesn't. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, you want an in-season tournament cup, but you can't win the championship.
Right. That's the big thing.
Like,
I was thinking
that'll be goofy. Like, you know how many fans are gonna troll these teams because people are gonna be like, oh yeah, we won the in-season cup, and then they get bounced in the first round of the playoffs or don't even make the playoffs at all, and it's like, yeah, good, yeah, you can have that cup.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thing, is like I could see like maybe like Oklahoma City Thunder winning it and then getting bounced. Getting bounced, bro, and then everyone's like, okay, now it's even more pointless.
Bro, so many people are gonna like troll these teams on Twitter and stuff, and it's like say like the Minnesota Timberwolves, for example, win the in-season cup, right? But they still can't win a. And people are going to troll and be like, that's your guys' NBA championship.
Correct. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like, this could look really like bad. Like, teams are going to get trolled so bad. Like, these fan bases and stuff are going to be like the biggest trolls if this doesn't, if Adam Silver if they're going to keep this around for years to come, it's got to be some type of objective at the end, like some reward at the end besides, like you said, money in a cup. It's got to be towards the actual real thing.
Yeah, I agree. And I also think when they do these groups, it's kind of confusing. Like, just make it a big double elimination tournament. Or just
keep it the way the standings are now, like the Atlantic, Central. Why don't they all just play each other throughout that?
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's another good point. Like, why do we got to do these different groups where you do drawings, but you still stay in your same conference too. So it's not like you can't get anything like super weird, like, so it's not, Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Either do like a big double elimination event or stay within your divisions, whatever the case may be. But you gotta do a little something to keep it a little bit more tight, because like a 4 or 5 week event, how do I know it's an in-season tournament? Oh, the courts are different. Okay, that's how it's that's an in-season tournament game. I like your idea of like a big event, and I don't know. We'll see what they do, but again, this is the start. And I think, like, I was listening to Bill Simmons and he brought this up. They call it the in-season tournament. It's not like a great name. They're probably hoping that there's some sort of buyer to this tournament, and maybe they'll make changes, like Amazon Prime or Netflix, or somebody's going to buy the rights to show this tournament, and maybe then they'll make it more of an event instead of throughout a long 2 months period or whatever it is.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens there, but the jerseys are fun.
Yeah, the jersey. I like some of the jerseys. Some of the courts I've been looking are actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
But who do you think, just for fun, who do you think is going to win the tournament?
Oh, that's a great question. I think the Timberwolves could win it. That's the team that I'm like, oh, that's a sneaky team. They're number one defense. They're playing good right now. They don't have any major injuries. So I'm gonna.
Do you think it could be Boston, and Minnesota?
Oh yeah, like that would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boston could also win it. Mm-hmm.
I like the idea though that when it comes the championship or the last Final Four, that it's all played in Las Vegas.
I do like that. Yes. That's what I mean. It's an event,
that's a good
right?
idea. Right. That's a great idea. That's the only thing that I do like about it is like, okay, now they made it seem like, okay, it's, but still, you got to make it where it helps the actual real playoffs. Like you said, maybe I think you said this too, Ryan, where it could give you 5+ games.
Yeah.
Or I think I said maybe like you go up 1 seed or 2 seeds automatically wherever you fall. Like say, okay, I fell to the 10th seed. Like that's how my real regular season ended. But because I've won the in-season tournament, I'm now technically the 8th seed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that would actually be, kind of cool.
Yep. Right. And you would have to still make it in the top 10 in order to receive that benefit. So you're not like taking the season off, right? Where like if you're like, hey, whoever wins just makes the playoff, that team could be like, we'll casually
just rest all our players. And
you can play 1 game a week with your star players to keep them in shape or whatever. But I'm with you. There's got to be some sort of reward benefit that the fans can get excited about, because as a Boston fan, like, why would it break your heart if Boston didn't win this cup? Like,
no.
Like, so it's just like, well, no. But if I was like, hey, Boston wins this, they get a +5 game advantage, would that now be like, okay, we got to go for this? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Because then also, depending on how they finish, because they're 9-2 right now, say they finish the season, like 66-16, right? Mm-hmm. That takes away those 5 games, whatever they did, whatever games they did lose, that could actually eliminate that because they won this. So those five games that they did lose that are actually on their record could just go away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's actually a really great idea. That I actually like that idea better, or the seeding too. But if you're already a number 1 seed, does that really change anything too? So I think my idea on the seeding doesn't matter, or is kind of a dumb idea now that I think about it. Because like if a team like the Celtics win it, that doesn't do anything for them.
Yeah, that's the advantage of like even just picking your playoff opponent. Like, so if the Celtics are already the number 1 seed, right? No matter what you do with the 5 wins or the seeding, it's not gonna
do
anything for them. Where they could pick their playoff opponent, and all of a sudden, like, let's just say the Heat would normally be their round one playoff opponent. And they're like, you know what? We'd rather first the Toronto Raptors in the first round, not the Miami Heat. You know, I just think that would be a little bit more of a benefit for every team, no matter where you finish in the standings.
Right. And I think that's a good idea too, you know, and it should only go to the champion that wins this, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, that's actually a really great idea, you know, because if that could be like another option. You know, like if you're the number 1 seed, but you want it, okay, you get to pick your playoff opponent. If you're like the number 6 seed and you want it way back in December, then you could be like, okay, you could go up a couple, you know, 1 or 2 seeds, or give the option of taking the 5+ games. So
yeah, that's another good idea. Just give them a couple different options. Hey, you finish here, you get this. If you finish here, you get this. So like if you're Boston, you're still motivated now to play the regular season, so that you can be that number 1 seed to pick your opponent, right? Like, because that.
See, there you go. Right, we figured this out. We should be in the front office.
Man. I know, right?
We should just tell Adam Silver all these great ideas.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll hear this podcast and be like, man, these guys know. These guys know.
Right.
Okay, man. Well, anything else?
No, I think that's everything. Is there anything else you want to talk about or slide in there real quick?
Nah, just thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.